Welcome to another YouTube video. Today we are going to go over an article that we have here on stories.com, and the article is titled Kitchener Reaches a $42.4 million Housing Accelerator Fund Agreement. This is something that's great for the Waterloo region and specifically for Kitchener. So we're going to go through this article together. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think more cities should get involved in these housing accelerator funds, or do you think we are in a position where with a slower market we don't actually need this extra inventory that we have been told that we do? Here we are. So once again, Kitchener reaches $42.4 million Housing Accelerator Fund Agreement. So the HAF, Housing Accelerator Fund, the City of Kitchener has become the latest beneficiary of this and of the federal government's Housing Accelerator Fund. So on Friday, the Minister of Housing and Infrastructure and Communities announced that an agreement has been made to provide Kitchener with this huge sum of money, $42.4 million, to eliminate some of the barriers on home building. As you all may know, there's a lot of red tape that we have to get around to actually build homes, so this is great that they're allowing them to get around it. The fund will fast track the creation of 1,216 housing units over the next 3 years and spur the construction of more than 37,000 homes over the next decade. So it's great. Over the next decade, you've got 37,000 homes that potentially can be built. And just in the next 3 years, it's a small portion of that at 1,200. So it will obviously amp up as we get going here. The only way for us to overcome the housing crisis is by tackling it all together. This is by Valerie Bradford, Member of Parliament for Kitchener in Hespeler area. So she is proud to see that the federal government and Kitchener are teaming up to make a real difference within the community, just by ensuring that there's more affordable housing that's being built. Myself, I am a Waterloo resident, and day after day we do tend to see people that are just having a very difficult time when it comes to the affordability and what is actually available on the market for people that's within their means. There's a lot of expensive housing, but there's not a lot of affordable housing, and that is one of the biggest issues. So the HAF is a $4 billion initiative that's intended to cut the red tape and stimulate the creation of 100,000 new homes across Canada by 2026 to 2027. So in the next 4 to 5 years, potentially here, we are going to have hopefully 100,000 homes that have been added across Canada, not just in Waterloo. To access funding, municipalities must submit their action plans, of course, detailing what their initiative is and how they will speed up the approval process. But not only that, what the additional housing will bring is hopefully a resurgence in jobs and new opportunities for people. The last thing you want is all of a sudden all this additional housing and people being brought from the GTA to Waterloo region, but you don't have the infrastructure or you don't have the jobs for them. Having a house is great, but if you don't have the job to pay for it, then we have a whole other issue. So Kitchener joins 5 other cities that have already reached this agreement to date. So we've got London, Vaughan, Hamilton, Brampton, and Halifax. So we've got a few local areas that have taken advantage of this initiative. Under the agreement, Kitchener will permit up to 4 units per lot as the right throughout the city to adopt inclusionary zoning. And zoning is an issue because getting approval for zoning can take months, if not longer. So this is great that they are having some inclusionary zoning. And the HAF will incentivize the creation of 777 medium and high density housing units around the Ion light rail transit stations over the next 3 years. So near these transit stations and near the rail stations, it's going to be important to have housing that matches the need for the people that are using these to get to and from work or to get in and out of the city. Other initiatives include offsetting the construction costs of affordable housing built in the city that's owned by the lands, offering incentive for nonprofit, rental, and co-op housing providers, and acquiring strategic parcels of land for affordable housing. Affordable housing is difficult to find, and affordable is definitely in the eye of the beholder, I guess. right now the cost to actually build and develop property is extremely expensive, and because of that, you've got such a high barrier of entry. In Waterloo right now, you're talking $2,000 for a one-bedroom condo, and that is just not as affordable as it should be for a lot of people who want to go the route of renting instead of home ownership, or are forced to go that route. So tackling the housing crisis in Kitchener means that everybody needs to work together, including all orders of government, the private sector, non-for-profit, educational institutions, and most importantly, the Kitchener residents will need to help to build a stronger Kitchener and a stronger Ontario. Kitchener is committed to being part of the solution to the housing crisis, and we are all well positioned to meet our housing targets thanks to the proactive work that has already been done and our strong collaborations with these partners. We are incredibly thankful for the Government of Canada's continued partnership and investment in our community. So now that we've gone over this article, it's great to see this huge amount of money that is going to go towards Kitchener to get a lot more housing built. And this is not just Waterloo specific, it is for this article, but all across Ontario. As you can see, 5 other cities have already taken advantage of this offering that the government has, and I think it's important that we start to see other areas, if there is available land, of course, to build, that they take advantage of this as well. Because if we can get enough housing built, what will happen is, unfortunately, for maybe somebody who bought recently, it will bring down the prices because there's going to be less competition for anybody looking for housing. And if they are able to somehow make more affordable housing, that would just be the cherry on top for a lot of people. If you have affordable housing, people will then be able to finally enjoy just the simple things in life and not have to stress about being able to own a home and have to pay $700,000-$800,000 for a townhome or a detached home in the Waterloo region, if not more. And even the barrier of entry for a condo right now is not that affordable if somebody wants to buy in the $450,000 to $550,000 range, depending on what area they are looking in specifically. So I think this is great. I hope we start to see more cities that take on this initiative and are able to figure out how to make more affordable housing, and not only that, just make more housing in general, because more housing means eventually it will become more affordable. It will become something that everybody has the opportunity to purchase if they are so inclined. Let me know what you think of the article in the comment section down below. If you like me covering content like this, hit the like, comment, and please share this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much and have a wonderful